Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce week 1 to you, which is June the 4th through June the 10th. We're going to be looking at family vocabulary, stem changing verbs, verbs that are irregular in their yo form of the present tense, the verbs saber and conocer, the personal a, and direct object pronouns. You should study the pages 98 to 103, 114 to 123, 124 to 127, and 136 to 142 in your text. After completing this week's assignments, you should be able to describe yourself to others. You should be able to converse with others in Spanish about your families. You should be able to conjugate e to I, and o to ue stem changing verbs in the present tense. You should be able to use the irregular verbs poner, salir, and traer in sentences. You should be able to understand the differences between the verbs saber and conocer and when to correctly use them, as well as be able to conjugate them. When to use the personal a, and what indirect object pronouns are and when to use those as well. All of this week's assignment addressed student learning outcomes 1, 2, and 6, and everything is due on the 7th. So if you remember, most of your work for this class is going to be due on Thursdays. Okay, so for assignment 1, again, you're going to want to look at your instructor-made videos. Remember, we're an online class, so the only way that I can communicate to you is via video. So there's videos on Chapter 4 vocabulary, on your stem changing verbs, those verbs that are regular in the yo form of the present tense, saber and conocer, the personal a, and direct object pronouns. And I know it's a lot, but remember, this is also a truncated class. We're trying to do a whole semester's worth of work in 8 weeks. When you're done, you want to open up the class participation forum, click on the thread, hit reply, and post any questions or concerns you have about material covered in those videos. And if you have none, then you still need to post something. Just say that you don't have any questions. Because remember, this forum is shown by everybody, so even if just one of you has a question, all of you would be able to see the response to it. So even if you think you have no questions, if your classmates have one, it might actually be something that you thought you understood, but you did not. Okay. Also, this is the first week, so you have one other forum where you're going to be asked to post any questions or concerns you have about your syllabus or any questions about the class. You can find the syllabus on the left-hand side under course information. There's a PDF version of it, and there's also a Moodle book version of it. You're also going to be asked to visit My Language Labs and complete these activities. Some of them are SAM activities, from the Student Activities Manual. Other are extra practice ones. So if you go out here, if you click this link, it'll take you to My Language Labs. You'll just have to sign in. I already have mine up, so I'm just going to go over to the 7th of June. And when I click on the 7th of June, all of those assignments should pop up in the middle. And you'll just want to go through and complete each one of them. You just click on it, and the assignment should open up. And you can do it as many times as you would like before the assignment's due date. Just make sure that you, if you're doing it more than 3 times, then you probably want to reach out to me. So you just answer the questions and then hit finish and submit for grading. And you'll do that for each of these. Okay. You also have Cultural Assignment 1. You're going to be asked to watch some videos on Guatemala, and then you're going to be asked to answer some questions about them. So if you open up this, there are transcripts in English that go along with the videos that you could pull up. But if you also click on the link and you hit the closed caption button, you can turn on the English closed caption. Okay, so you can hear him speaking in Spanish, but you can see the closed captioning in English. Okay, so you'd have to watch all those videos when you're ready. Hit attempt quiz now. The videos are here again, but not the transcripts. These are all true, false, so except at the bottom there's some fill in the blank. Fill in the blank I have to look at, so if you don't get the score that you think you should deserve, just be patient. I will try to grade these the day after that they come in. But remember, they have to be looked over, so there's a possibility that you aren't getting the score that you should deserve, but I will fix it. And that's everything you have to do for week 1.